Franchise of the week is Assisting Hands Home Care. So the original location started in 2006 in Idaho, and they started franchising shortly after that. They do not have a parent company, which is they're just a small privately held franchisor. They actually have 5 corporate units, which is typically a good sign. I mean, I like to see when franchisors have corporate units because number one, obviously they're going to believe in their business model, and I would assume that it's working if they're owning and operating units themselves, and they're going to know what it's like to be a franchisee and to be in your shoes because they're actually operating units. They know the challenges of the business on a day to day. They can put themselves in your shoes, which is really helpful. The brand that I was in, the president of the franchise owned multiple locations, so it was just it created a much different environment, because they know what it's like to be a franchisee. So they have a total of 170 franchise units, and the franchise fee is 55 grand. They have a decreasing royalty that's based as your revenue increases, the royalty goes down, which is pretty cool. A very tiny 0.5% marketing fee. And the total investment range to get this bad boy up and running is between 88 grand and 160 grand. Now, when you factor in that if you were to finance through an SBA loan, typically you're putting 20% down. So really for 30 grand, 32 grand out of pocket, you can get this bad boy up and running, which is pretty cool. And basically what they do is they provide care to seniors, non-medical assistance at home, which is what most people prefer. This is a huge industry, growing population. Actually, I'm going to skip the financial data for a second. And, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, beginning in 2010 and over the next 20 years, an average of 10,000 people per day will turn 65. And 67% of them will need some type of long-term care in the future. Only 5% will reside in nursing homes. So presents a huge opportunity, in that space overall. In their FDD, they show some big numbers. I don't know if you can see this here. This is a screenshot from the FDD, like that showing 7.8 million, 1 million, 2.1 million, 892,000, 274, 1.73 million, 8.8 million. This is a very transparent FDD because they're showing the year that it opened and the number of franchise territories for the location, which is pretty cool, and the number of actual offices that they have. So there's some big numbers here, actually, in this FDD, and there are 2 more pages that they disclose. So they show a tremendous amount of the locations. Not all FDDs are that transparent. See, we bring you the bangers, guys. So one of the benefits for the franchisee is scalability. You can get in with a single unit, but you can also operate multiple units out of the same office. And you can choose to be an area representative, which then allows you the right to sell and basically recruit other franchise owners within your territory and then give them support. And then usually you get a share of the franchise fee, the royalties, etc. So very similar to the master franchisee model, but some differences there. There's recurring revenue. Most clients are going to need a caregiver for an extended period of time. So could be weeks to years. Recurring revenue is great as an entrepreneur. You have the ability to add medical services. So some home care franchises only offer non-medical, but with this company, you'll be able to add on the medical services once you get that license, which is pretty interesting. There's a quick ramp-up time. So you can get your location started within 3 to 6 months. And again, under 150K to get up and running, which is pretty low cost. And we already hit on the demand aspect with the 10,000 people per day turning age 65. So if you want to check the territory of this franchise, you can go to franchiseempire.com/check territory. And that will bring you to this page, which looks just like the resale page. and you'll be able to enter your info, what specific franchise that you're wanting to check the territory on, and then boom, we can check that for you and see if it's available in your area.